What's up everyone? Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be showing you something that I'm very excited about, and I'm meeting my dear friend Tanya from Premium Villas, and we're going to be taking a full tour and talking about everything Spain and showing you a property that's with 5 beds, has 1,000 square meters of land, and it's based on the rolling hills of Costa Blanca. So tag along, let's not waste any more time, and let's get to the meat of it. Hello Tanya.
Hi,
nice
how
to
are
meet
you?
you?
Nice to meet you.
Well, I mean, we're in a fantastic location. It's a beautiful property. Could you please tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, of course. Well, here we are in Altea Hills.
Yeah.
It's a security complex, one of the most beautiful views we have here. And this stunning property has almost 1,000 square meter land.
Wow.
And over 300 square meter built. So we have 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, we have a home cinema, spa, we have 3 height ceilings here and a swimming pool where you can actually swim almost up to the ocean,
right.
And it's even heated. So
well, that's rare actually,
yeah.
for this area.
And it's perfect for a whole family just to stay here. And you have the luxury and also the privacy, because the windows here are from outside mirrored, so you cannot look inside the house.
Okay, so you've got that locked out privacy. We can still see from the inside out.
Yes,
this beautiful view
exactly.
That we have.
And
okay.
It's all just with high quality designing furniture, and the owner built it actually for himself. So he had like kind of a dream to live in a cruise ship.
That's
so the whole style of the house reminds a little bit of being in a cruise ship.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that. You can see it from the different designs that they've made. It's kind of angular.
Yes.
And it's also sitting at the side of something that is just a view.
Beautiful. And you have the ocean and the green landscape and the mountains, everything.
Exactly. Beautiful. Tanya, you know what I'm interested about? Because there's so many beautiful properties and there's so much good to talk about in this area, but the real thing that truly speaks towards how much value is provided here is the perspective of the clients themselves. Don't you agree? And you know, what I'm interested to know is that what are the 3 most memorable feedbacks that clients that purchase the property with you here and live here now have said to you or told you about?
Well, most of the times, actually, the people, they buy something here for second residence.
Okay.
And they come here maybe 2 times a year or 3 times.
Okay.
And then they come more often, and almost everyone
they
in the end, they
stays.
just stay here forever.
I know that.
Because it's just the lifestyle they love. And we also have that then they just tell their friends, and they come over, and in the end they just build up the whole community, their own community here. And you have here everyone, like we have people from Belgium, from Germany, from Switzerland, from Russia, from all over the world.
It's a melting pot.
Yes.
In a new colony.
But they all come here and we are just one union together.
Right.
And this is what is so nice here, and this is why the people actually love to be here and stay here also.
I mean, I can understand why, but you know, I love that it's a community and it's building something more than just physical things. And I can agree, because when I came here alone, and then my family came, and then other members and the friends of the family started coming, it's like something magical with this place that everyone that feels it up close kind of, you know, wants more.
Yeah,
and they come
exactly.
back.
And it's also so easy to just come here. I mean, you can drive with a car. You have 2 big airports here nearby, and you're very fast everywhere. You have the countryside, I mean, you say here, and then you can also go into the cities or in the complete nature where we have lakes or waterfalls, or just going into the mountains. You have everything close by. So one story I always remember is I have a client who was living here for many years with her husband.
Okay.
And then unfortunately the husband died and she had to sell the house because it became too big. And so I helped her, but of course she was very sad that she actually had to leave this place, and so she didn't want to be there, say anything. She said, okay, go and do your thing. And then I found a really nice couple who actually wanted to build up a new family in her house, which was really nice for her to hear. And in the same time, I was looking for another house for her, a smaller one, where she can be happy and start a new life. Right. And I helped her with every step. I mean, I went with her, I even packed the boxes with her, and now we became really good friends. And once a month she invites me to lunch in her house, and she cooks for me my favorite dish.
Oh my God, that's just so sweet. Yeah. And I think, you know, that's the thing. It's more than a house. You know, it's a home, but you know, everything that is combined with it, not only the physical but also the emotional.
Yes.
I think building that family here, being somewhere safe, being somewhere enjoyable long term, really builds connections, not only with, you know, from an agent to a client perspective, but also human to human.
Exactly.
Right? And I think that's beautiful in this area. So Tanya, we've seen a little preview of this beautiful property. For anyone that is looking from outside in, right, what is the exact step-by-step process that they have to endure to actually be an owner here and buy a property for themselves?
Well, I mean, first of all, they have to contact us,
of course,
and tell us what they want, and then we try to find the perfect property. I mean, we do the pre-work, so we look that it's all written in, that it's all legalized, and that actually the owner is also the owner of the house, so that we can do the process on a legal base. And yeah, when we find the perfect property, then it goes quick to the step that they need an NIE number. So with this number, it's kind of a tax number here in Spain. And with this, I can open a bank account. And yeah, then we're gonna do a reservation contract in most cases, because it sells so quick that
so the reservation contract is basically to hold the property and reserve it in your name.
Yeah, until we are finished with the NIE number and the bank account details and everything.
Right.
And then we do a contrato de arras. Right. There the buyer already pays a 10% deposit.
Okay.
And then we have to agree on a notary date, and here in Spain we are quite open with this. So could be 1 week afterwards, or could be in 1 year after signing the first contract. This has to be an agreement between the buyer and the seller.
Right.
And yeah, on the notary date, it's literally changing keys to the bank check. Okay. And then it's your property. Perfect. And afterwards, we're gonna do all the after sales, mean changing the name for the water, electricity bills, and so on.
Getting the amenities in the right name. So what I understand is that as a resale property, the legal process is that the client would need to put a small amount of money to reserve the property, which then the property comes off market and is reserved in the person's name until a contrato de arras is created.
Exactly.
Basically a sales purchase agreement, that the pre-terms of the actual contract is stated inside of it. And then based on the mutual agreements of the seller and the buyer, the agreements of the periods and amounts, etc. Maybe they want to sell the furniture and they want to include it in that. All is arranged in that contract.
Exactly. But we are a little bit, well, we have to take care about this, because sometimes it's so ridiculous what the people want. They buy a 2 million property, and then they discuss if the bed shields are included or not. I mean, last time I had to go to a shop to buy new bed sheets, put it on there, and it's okay, deal done.
Oh wow. There's some weird people out there, but you know, generally it's all arranged. Wow, that's great to know. So that's the legal process to actually own a home in Spain.
Yes.
Perfect. So, if the client now has reserved the property and they have arranged the contrato de arras and they're ready with all the terms and conditions, what are the responsibilities of the client to the government of Spain to purchase this property, including taxes, fees, etc.?
Well, I mean, after signing the actual title deed at the notary, they're gonna get a bill from the notary where they pay 10% tax on the property if it's under $1 million. If it's over $1 million, it's 11%.
Okay.
And then they also have to pay the notary and the land register fees, which are always between 1,500 and 3,500 euros.
Okay, so total that becomes the entire fees that is owed to the government of Spain.
Exactly.
Oh.
And I mean, if they buy a new build, then it's the 10 or 11% plus 1.5% for the stamp.
Precisely. Awesome. Well, one last question regarding taxes, because we have some clients that wonder about that too. What are the annual taxes after purchasing the property in Spain? How much do you have to pay yearly?
Well, this tax here called EB, and this is always depends on the exact area, but it's around 0.1 up to 0.4% of the value, the cadastral value, so not of the value of the whole house.
Right, right. So the cadastral value is the value determined by the land registry.
Exactly.
Correct. Okay, awesome. Well, then the client would be completely free of any fees, and the client would be the owner after all these things.
And then he can enjoy his new life.
Enjoy this view. That's the view. Perfect. Thank you so much, Tanya. So, Tanya, I know that there are certain banking benefits that the investor can receive once they buy a property in Spain. Basically, you know, covering refinance loans. They can use the property as a guarantee to get another loan if they want to buy a second property or invest it into a rental income asset, and you know, all of that jazz. But what are the actual residential benefits in terms of immigration and the benefits of a perspective of income and how they can generate income from their existing property? How does that look like?
Well, I mean, first of all, when they buy a property over 500,000 euros, then they get automatically the golden visa, which means they can they get the Spanish residency.
Okay.
And with this, they can live here, work here, make money, you know, and also after certain years, in most of the countries it's 10 years, then they can even get the Spanish citizenship.
Sure, a passport.
Exactly.
Right.
And I mean, the rentals here, they're really good because, well, in whole Spain, everyone comes here for holidays, they want to rent something.
It's a hot spot.
Exactly. And here in Altea, actually, we just have 2 big hotels. So the people, they're looking for an apartment, for a house to rent. And you can either rent the whole year or just for some weeks in the high season. And I mean, here the high season is almost all the year long, because even in Christmas you can sit on your terrace in t-shirt.
That's shirts. That's absolutely true. I can confess to that. The thing is, I'm actually very interested because, you know, usually it's very true what you say. People that come here usually are people that are a bit affluent, and they prefer to have their own space, their own luxury, and there's abundance of these types of people in this area. So I think the value of the property in terms of income is very high too. So could you walk us through what kind of expectations a investor that would buy this property, right, valued at 3.15 million, how much annual income could they expect from renting this property out? Maybe 6 months of the year where they're gone, you know, back to their home residence or something like that.
I mean, most of the time you say 6 months you can really rent on high rent, like weekly. And for a property like this, I mean, 5 bedrooms, you can take at least between 4,000 and 5,000 a week.
4,000 or 5,000 a week.
Yes.
I mean, that's not bad. And based on that income, they'll be able to get, again, finance credits in the banks.
Exactly.
Because that counts as a Spanish income, correct?
Exactly,
right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Tanya, what I've understood what kind of lifestyle you can expect here and what kind of, you know, feelings you may be introduced to when you move here, but what kind of business opportunities and channels of growth in terms of income and business would you be able to expect when moving here?
Well, I mean, the biggest business here is actually the construction.
Right.
So we have
Makes
so
sense.
many possibilities here to construct big buildings, even just houses or several small houses which you can rent out then,
Yeah.
or complete big developments. And with this you make the business or the hotel business as well. Like I said, we don't have so many hotels here.
Right.
Yet, so this is also a big opportunity. And I mean, we live in a paradise. So who doesn't want to come here?
Yeah, I think it's very true what you say, because again, what's facilitating the same feeling that, you know, there's a lot of people here, there's a lot of tourists here. It's the same reason that residential investment is so powerful. And even for a person that's thinking of moving here, you know, half time or to have a second residence, I think it's a great opportunity to rent out and actually receive that income when it's passively sitting there. Or for someone that's completely want to move here and invest, they can actually make the big bucks on construction and be able to...
Or even just renovation. A lot of people, they just buy old houses, make them complete new looking, and then sell them again. And then with the next property and with the next. And while you renovate, you can even use it.
Exactly. I mean, that's beautiful. It's a full circle thing. Well, Tanya, this has been such a treat. It's been such an experience sharing this with you, and thank you so much for being able to come here and show this property and portray it as it deserves. And you know, hopefully we'll see more of you in the future. And
of course, you're
more
always
of your
welcome.
beautiful, prosperous and abundant properties. Thank you so much.
Now let's go for a drink, right?
Let's go.